Welcome to Hope After Deportation. My name is Jonathan, or John.
And I'm Brooke, and this is our daughter, Maddie.
And I got deported to Mexico 5.5 years ago.
And I moved out to Mexico the day after he was deported.
Long intro, but with that being said, today we are on a mission to get all these documents for Maddie's passport.
Yes.
And for Brooke's, what is he getting?
My permanent residency. Right now, we're gonna go get a photo done for her carta how do you say it? Pediatric?
Carta pediátrica.
Pediatrica. We need to get a photo of her, and then we're gonna go to a place to get that done, and then that way we can make the appointment for her passport. And once she gets her passport, then I have all my stuff to get my permanent residency, and I can make my appointment for that.
Yep, so let's get to it.
Yep.
So we're here at the spot. We're going to Salvador Martinez. So let's check it out.
El paquete vale 4, pero necesitan camisa blanca para la niña. Sí.
¿En cualquier lugar necesitamos?
Sí, en cualquier lugar necesitan camisa blanca, porque para el sello se necesita que esté un lienzo en blanco para poder, pues ahora sí que se vea. Para atrás.
Ok, entonces, ¿qué hacemos? Ah, pues no podemos hacer nada. That looks refreshing. No, you get it? We passed by this water and it looks so refreshing, we had to get it. It's pretty good. It's watermelon. Maddie liked it. It's a cool little cafe spot. It's super low key.
This was really cheap.
Right?
This was only 30 pesos.
También tienen breakfast. We are at the pavilion because we got to get Maddie's little passport photo. We were here 2 years ago for her the little photos. Yeah, for her American passport. And now she needs to get a Mexican passport.
She was like 2 months old when she got this photo done.
Yeah.
So let's see how different she looks. Well, we'll put a video of when she got her American passport.
Hola, buenas tardes. Sí, ¿hacen las fotos para las cartas para pasaporte? Cartas de pediátrica. El paquete trae 4 fotos y le salen 120.
Y como ella está con su pelo y la ropa, así está bien, ¿verdad?
Déjame ir por aquí atrás.
¿Así?
No.
¿Con una sonrisa está bien o no?
So right now we just went to the photography place, got Maddie's photos for her carta pediátrica. We're gonna go, we might end up going to where she was born to get the carta because it's cheaper. I had checked around on Google Maps and I called a few places to see how much it costs to get that carta from them, and you know, all the things that you need to bring with you, and everything was more expensive. One of the places was double, and so even though I prefer not to go to Baja Medics, that's where we might possibly go.
Brooke is gonna go to Cruz Roja and see what they say. Maybe she could do it there. And Baja Medics is like 1 street down, so we're not too far from it. The only thing is, it is 4:50 right now, and they close at 6. So we got about an hour, so I think we got more than enough time.
Cruz Roja doesn't do it, so we're at Baja Medics.
Yay!
But it's gonna bring back a lot of memories of when I was pregnant. But we'll show you inside so you can see how it is still. We just finished while Jonathan was in the bathroom, so he didn't record, but this is the paper, okay, and that's it. That's all I needed, and now we can get her passport.
Perfect.
Yay!
So now we got to get that done. So today we have a wild day. We're gonna have to go to TJ to go get our passport or get Maddie's passport, and hopefully we have everything. Last night we had an interesting night because last minute Brooke figured out that we didn't have all the documents, and we had to go print some stuff out, and we had to go make a payment at the bank. And we had like maybe like 4 or 5 days to get all this done.
Something like that.
And Brooke just found out last night, like it was like 10, and so that kept us up. I was trying to reschedule it and everything, so I think we figured it out. I think we might just make it in time, because there's appointments at 9:30, and the bank opens till 8:30, I think. So I think that will give us enough time to get that payment done and go to the passport place. And it's
the bank is right across the street, but it's in TJ, so it's like a 40-45 minute drive from here. Yay! We were gonna cancel and reschedule, but you have to wait until in the morning to reschedule, because you have to call the phone number, and you can't schedule a new appointment if there's already an appointment. So there's just so much chaos. Last night I didn't go to sleep until like 1 a.m.
Yeah. What time did I go to sleep? Like 12?
Like 12.
And for some reason, I ended up waking up at 5:30, and I'm just tired. Especially going to sleep late. That's not my normal time to go to sleep. I try to be asleep by like 10 minimum, or at least by 10. Hopefully we have enough time and we can make our appointment at 9:30. Right now 7:56, so we got about 2 hours and a half till then, or 1 hour and a half. My bad. I'm still half asleep, I think. So hopefully no mistakes are made today. Maddie wanted to say hi real quick. What's up? What's up? Diles hola. Hola. You want to hold it? Okay, Maddie's gonna start vlogging. You're a baby vlogger now? Maddie's a vlogger. Huh? She's vlogging her life.
What do you want to do for your birthday, Maddie? You're vlogging?
Brooke is recording her. Maddie's gonna be 2 years old on Friday. So that's in just a couple days.
You're such a big girl. She's like, this is fun. Wow.
We just got to the papeleria. Thank God for this papeleria. It's 8:08 right now, and they're open. So big shout out to them. They're open early in the morning. Brooke just walked up in there to go get the copies. Maddie, she's trying to look. Hola. And just see little eyes. Right now, my mind just feels like just wacky. It just feels wacky as heck. So, there's a mama, yeah. She'll be back. Ahorita viene mama. She's asking for her mama. But yeah, my mind just feels wacky. Like, I'm not used to going to sleep this late. I'm not who I used to be anymore. Back then I could do all-nighters and keep going, but now, nah. All I can say is praise God. You know, he's in control. He knows why he allows everything to happen. I think that's something that kept me up at night as well. Before we found out that the paperwork we had to get printed out, we were talking about how God, he's sovereign over every situation, and you know, no matter what, we must be content. And you know, so true. You know, having contentment with little or much, like it's a peace of mind to have. So.
$2,500
For what? What are they renting?
condo desde con opción a comprar desde $2,500 per month.
Wow.
All right, so we gotta find parking. We were just on the other side of the street, and here is the plaza. and we thought we were going to the, what is it called? Palacio? But no.
Thankfully, Brooke checked last night.
I checked last night. I can't remember what exactly for. I was looking and then I found out we didn't even have all the application documents printed and craziness. Is there a price?
This is up there.
Oh, okay.
All right, we made it on time. We still have a few minutes to spare. Gracias. ¿Cuál piso vamos?
Sí.
¿Pasaporte o?
Sí.
Para los dos.
Ah, eso.
Bueno, ¿ya tienes cita para pasaporte?
Sí.
¿A qué horas?
9:30.
9:30, que forma se queda en la escalera y un rato más lo vamos a llamar.
Gracias. So a lot of people getting the passport. There's a little plaza we're at. I don't know, something Plaza Pavilion. It's pretty nice up here. And they have a movie theater. This place is under construction. I don't know if y'all can see that.
Unfortunately, this was as far as we could go while recording, and after we entered the building, we had to stop. Right now, I am so beyond frustrated, but I'm trying to have patience. It's just hard to have patience when you're in pain. I thought it would take maybe an hour, maximum 2 hours to get Maddie's passport, and it's going on 4 hours now. Or maybe it's past 4 hours. Oh, yep, it's been 4 hours since we got here. Almost to a T. And I've been in the car for maybe like 10-15 minutes because so many hiccups and my back is in so much pain. I was sitting, but I would take breaks and stand and then sit again and stand again. But this is ridiculous. And we still have somewhere else we need to go. But I'd much rather done it in Rosarito and wait that extra 10 days to receive it. And thankfully Maddie's being okay right now. She's playing with something. She's in the car with me. I don't know if you can see her, but Jonathan was saying too, maybe God is protecting us from something, you know, for this to take like an extra hour on top of all of the craziness that was going on. We'll talk about that. I'll talk about that another time, but yeah, this was ridiculous. I don't know a better word to say. Now we gotta pay for our parking right here.
This one's 150 pesos.
Whoa, I was not expecting that. And we're off. About 4.5 hours later. Literally. But Maddie has her passport, her Mexican passport.
Oh, so where do we go from here?
Oh yeah.
This building right here was one of my first jobs out here in Mexico. And guess who was my great helper? Brooke. Yep, map fighter or something like that. It's called the building.
Supposed to be down there. Oh, you know what? It's after this check-in. We can't access it.
That's why I said it. I'm not putting expectations.
I was like, watch, it's not there anymore. It's there, but we can't get it.
And I was like, oh, why would Panda Express do that? That's dumb. But
okay, so little sad. I don't know if you got it on video, but there's no Panda Express that we can access at the airport. So.
I got that on video. But yeah, no Panda Express, sadly, and guess what? No Krispy Kreme. That's what I was gonna say in my intro of this video. I was gonna leave you guys in suspense, even though I was like 98% sure they didn't have Krispy Kreme. Maybe they did, and then look, Krispy Kreme donuts.
Because someone had said it, right?
Somebody on a Facebook post or something like that.
Unless it's like after you check in for your flight, possibly.
But yep, then again, no Krispy Kreme nor Panda Express.
The pup looked over when you said everyone loves pups.
Rufus.
Aw, he's like, this is a nice day outside.
What's up? What's up?
We are on our way to Playas, and all those cars to our left have to wait behind the cones and then do an X across and go on the right side so they can cross the border. We hope you've enjoyed these time lapses. We've been getting a lot of requests from people who want to see the area. But with that being said, we're on our way to Wingstop in Rosarito.
So this is what I got. There's a 6-piece combo with 6 boneless wings, fries, and a soda. And Brooke got barbecue.
Boneless, which is my first time getting boneless. I would always get bone in. And then the same exact thing as him. And all of this came out to like, what, 420 pesos?
Yeah. And we are finally home after a long day dealing with legal matters.
It reminds me of when I got my temporary residency, when we were trying to get your grandma's or your mom's lot, and just things not going the way you want them to go.
Mm-hmm.
Which today, it could have went the way
we were done and everything. Like we had said, we started our journey at about 8, right?
Mm-hmm.
When we left the house. Mm-hmm. And we're gonna go get our copies. That went smoothly. We went to the bank, or we had to go from Rosarito all the way to TJ to go make the payment at the bank. Mm-hmm. That went smoothly. I thought that was gonna take a while because I'm like, sometimes people, they do a lot of transactions, all of that stuff. So, but that was really fast. Mm-hmm. And so by the time we got done at the bank, I think we had maybe like 15, 20 minutes to spare, right? Yeah. And it was right across the street, the building we had to go to. So we're like, oh, perfect. We're like minutes away. And we got there, found parking. Once we got there, we're thinking like we're gonna be the only 9:30 appointment, because that's the appointment that we had set up. But we should have known better, because I think it's everywhere like that, where you'll set up an appointment and other people have the same time as you, or maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. But I'm used to that in Mexico. They give you a time, and then a whole bunch of other people have the same time as you.
After a few minutes of waiting out there, they called up everyone who had 9:30 appointments, and at least 20 people had it. So we go in, we go through, they check all of the documents, and they're like, okay, perfect. They held on to the documents, and they said, go over here around the corner, and you're gonna wait, and then they'll call you. So we go around the corner, and I'm just like, there's like 50 plus people easily. I felt like I was at the DMV. There's probably more than 50 people. I think it took maybe half an hour, 45 minutes before they called us up to the window. I gave them all the documents. I gave them my temporary residency as proof of my maiden last name, so that way it matches on Maddie's birth certificate. And she seemed like she was just like, oh, okay. She gave it back to me and then gave me back that copy, and she just used the passport, and I was like, okay, maybe I don't need it. And I explained it to her in detail. I need this as proof that I'm her mom, because the birth certificate is a different last name and I changed my last name. Mm-hmm. Anyways, so then she tells us, okay, go around the corner. Everything was good. Go around the corner, and then you'll wait to be called again. And there's still so many people in front of us waiting to be called. And this is where you would take pictures. So we sat down, and after maybe 15 minutes, we were called. And I thought we were called to go take a picture. No, we were called because they came back and said her birth certificate doesn't have my passport's last name. Like, so my passport is my married name, and her birth certificate has a maiden name. And I explained to her, yeah, that's why I showed you this as proof. I got my name changed, but here is a photo ID that says Brooke Durrett. And anyway, so she was like, huh? And when I'm flustered, my Spanish is not great, as you can imagine. She went and got someone else, and he came, and he was like, okay, so trying to figure out what's going on. And once I explained it, then he was like, oh, okay, that's what you're trying to do. So he knew exactly what was going on. The first lady who was attending us was very confused, I guess. So he took my temporary residency, And then maybe another 10 minutes came back and said, you can't use it because it's expired. And I was just like in shock, like, wait, what? They said I can use it even though it's expired. There was no issue with that. Thankfully, he said, do you have your marriage certificate? Did you get married in Mexico? Do you have that certificate? We can use that to prove that your maiden name is this and da 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 da. Oh, I forgot to mention. So that first lady is like, you need to go get her birth certificate changed so her last name is Flores Flores. And we're like, huh? No, they only do maiden name because that's the name. Dorette is the name of my parents. And she was saying, you need to go get it changed. It has to match your passport. And I said, no, they literally, I wanted it to be that name, but they literally forced me to use my maiden name. Even though that was like the whole reason I got my name changed, is so all of our documents are with the same last name. But anyways, back to where I was. So thankfully I had our marriage certificate, and that was the proof that they were going to use. And so for anyone who's going through the same process, don't use anything expired because they won't accept it. Now I know. And if you have your marriage certificate, that'll work. So everything got figured out. They kept our marriage certificate. So now if we want another certified copy, we have to pay for it again, which that's fine, whatever, right? And we sat back down, waited to be called so we can get her photo taken. After another maybe 15-20 minutes, then we were called up for Maddie to take her photo. And that was like the worst part of the day, almost the worst part of the day. The lady was really extremely rude, and Maddie needed to take her photo, and Maddie was having a hard time. And the lady was, I was trying my best to make Maddie look straight at the camera, but the lady, she just stopped. She stopped trying to take pictures, and she was ignoring me, and it was hard. It was very stressful. But anyways, we finally got that done, probably after 5-10 minutes of all of that. And then again, go around the corner, go over here, and you're gonna wait and be called to get your passport. Which, yes, you can get your passport the same day.
Which that's great.
Which is great, yeah. But if you're willing to wait at least 4 hours. And I wouldn't have done it if I would have realized that.
We didn't, going in there, we didn't expect to be waiting that long. Like, I think Brooke scheduled for a couple hours waiting with everything, the whole process. But 4 hours with a 2-year-old child.
Yeah, it was 4.5 hours.
And thankfully, Maddie's not too bad. She's not that rowdy.
Yeah.
Que quieres?
Even though the lady who took her picture seemed to really hate us. Well, we finally go around the corner, and we're sitting there waiting, and there's, again, a ton of people in front of us. We're expecting maybe like 20-30 minutes. Like the other times, we would usually wait around that time to be called. After a half an hour, people who came after us were being called up. And I'm thinking that the lady who took our photo did something on purpose to make us wait longer. But maybe within the next like 15 minutes after that, like 45 minutes to an hour of waiting, they finally call us up. And I'm just so happy. They finally call us up because I'm in so much pain. And then only one parent needs to sign because they give you the passport and the parent signs off and they keep that paper and that's it, right? Well, we're ready to go. Jonathan goes up to sign and I should have signed.
I think I want to say this. In my excitement of finally getting out of there, I just rushed through it. And then I'm like, oh, it's nothing important. I'm just receiving something, just signing off that I received it. It's no big deal. But that was not the case. It was a big deal, according to them. Because
an hour's big deal.
Yeah.
So he didn't sign his signature the exact way that he had signed his signature when they took the photo. Because we were signing documents and everything. His signatures didn't match. And they said that they're going to go talk to someone, figure it out, I don't know, sign another paper.
Well, just to make a long story short, from my mistake of not getting the same signature as my previous one, an hour later, they called us up for both of us to redo the paper or the signatures, and then I had to sign. Well, she actually signed off on it, and even my signature, the new one that I did, that I tried to take my time on, it didn't come out that well, and I'm like, oh, no.
Don't, better accept it.
Yeah.
Don't say no.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, that just threw me off. But I think the worst part of the whole ordeal was dealing with the girl that had to take a picture of Maddie. I think that's what like really threw me off.
Emotionally.
Yeah.
And then physically for me, I went to the car after like half an hour. Cause I thought it was gonna be quick. I thought you were gonna be like, oh, I'm done. I'm right behind you.
Oh, yeah.
No. And then I had to go back up, but it's all good.
Yeah.
You realize how much or how little patience you have when you go through things like that. And yeah, because I was planning for it to take an hour to maximum 2 hours. I really thought it would take 2 hours, like max. So I planned out our day perfectly to a T, and that was not the case.
I think we didn't put into consideration how big TJ is and how many people are getting passports. Because I got my passport out here in Rosarito, and it was so fast. Like, I was in and out in an hour.
Or less.
Maybe 30 minutes. So, in under an hour I was out. So,
yeah,
we just didn't put into consideration how long all this would take.
This is when we first got home, we were talking about we're going to record the video and discuss everything that happened. And I'm starting to get worked up because that happens a lot with me. I get worked up, I get frustrated. Like, I'm venting, but I realize if I vent and talk about the frustration that I feel, it makes it worse. You know what? That's why I was always so bitter a couple years ago, because we were going so many legal things that I was just so bitter. Like, yeah, and then talking about it to him, like, it doesn't help. It doesn't help to talk about it and let it take root to where you just start going crazy. I don't know if anyone else struggles with that type of stuff, but I sure do. I just wanted to mention, though, that praise God, he's working on my patience, because the only way you can build patience is to go through trials of long suffering.
And no, but that's all. Okay, gracias. Oh, nope.
Oh, she said I need to be on camera. Moza. Niña moza.
Okay, but I wanted to end this video on a good note. So thankfully, all that to say, we got the passport. Thank God for that, and we got some good food. So praise God for that. We're home safe, and yeah. Although I'm so tired, as y'all can see, I got some crazy bags.
That's what I was gonna say.
Running off running off of 5.5 hours of sleep. So I'm tired, physically and mentally. But at the end of the day, praise God for it. I wanted to thank all the new subscribers, everybody that's been supporting the channel. You guys are truly a blessing. Like, you guys leave me speechless. What God is doing is just amazing. Thank you guys for watching, and God bless you guys, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. God bless you.